This video is sponsored by NordVPN. Today I will show you how to get monarchist Finland. Yes, you heard it right. Monarchist Finland. And it's actually pretty easy to do. On top of that, this video is gonna be a little bit of my redemption arc for the last Finland video, where I got extensive conscription when I shouldn't be able to get it. So, two things today: monarchist Finland and a guide how to win against the Soviet Union. And yes, for those who are waiting, the 20k sub special will be the next video, so I haven't forgotten about it. So without further ado, Iron Man, historical, and go. So the setup is pretty much the same as in my last Finland video, so I will keep myself short. Mills over here, the small amount of military factories that we do have into guns. Research-wise, industry and engineering, dockyards into convoys. The entire army I will just put under one general and turn them into the one template. It's the best template we have by far, so I'm gonna do that. And focus-wise, I will actually start very similar to last time. I want to fix my nation first, and then we can fix our industry. So 5 speed and go. First focus is done, and because I want political power, I will use political unity next. Right now, we lose a lot of public trust because we have high democratic support, and our agenda is against that. So we'll do entice the masses to firstly get more trust back and to get more non-aligned support, so we stop losing public trust. I know it's kind of stupid to do this before I get any advisor for more political power, but the political power drain you get from these is very hurtful, and we're about to go into minus 20%. So in this case, this might actually be the right choice. At the same time, I will also get to anti-democratic rates. This has two upsides. Firstly, yes, I lose some stability, but I gain more back and I lose more democratic support. So with this combined, we should decrease our democratic support enough so we don't lose public trust anymore. And just to explain what I did last time, that my Finland guide is kind of not as useful, is because I went to extensive conscription without changing ideology. So I did something I wasn't allowed to do, but because the game was in an early version, for some reason I was allowed to do it. Don't ask me why. I couldn't refabricate it with the new version, so I want to do as a redemption arc the guide again, and we do it without going to extensive conscription, of course. And best of all, we do it as monarchist Finland. Pretty cool. Because yeah, if you're confused, where is monarchist Finland? Yeah, it's a secret focus. You need to fulfill a few conditions, and one of those conditions is that we keep him. So we kind of have to repair his public image. Fun. Otherwise, we'll have a problem with the Soviets if we don't have this modifier over here, which will be horrible. Very horrible. Anyway, so with this focus over here done, I'm gonna get myself even more non-aligned support and political power from over here. We also get a cool advice over here, which is very helpful. And to increase our political power gain by a lot, I will get myself the silent workhorse. Already looking a lot better, but low trust still hurts. Because I will try to get myself out of low trust into at least medium trust, I will do national unity, which is one of the focuses that give me a lot of trust back. And now that we don't lose trust anymore, this is even more worth it now. At the same time, I'm gonna get myself the cheap advisor we just unlocked for even more political power, less consumer good factors, and more factories in a state. Very cool. I'm also gonna go to dispersed industry just because the Soviets like bombing. I didn't do it last time, but you know, I learned from my mistakes, and yeah, I'm gonna do that. Now in the background, what we can actually do again, sell the French tanks for a high price, and at some point, someone will buy it. I was about to say it's probably Turkey, and it actually is immediately. There you go. National unity is done, and oh my god, we're so close to getting out of it. This is kind of frustrating. What I could do is do this focus, which gives us 5% more, which will barely get us into medium trust, which is enough. And it gives us an amazing advisor for political power gain and unaligned support. Very good. Focus is done. We are not in low trust anymore, which means we will gain a lot more political power now. Next, I want to get those cities down here, so let's do that. At the same time, I'm gonna get myself the traditional theorist because he's amazing. And now look at my political power gain. 1.78. That is pretty good, I would say. And we will need the political power. Oh my god, we will need so much political power now. Basically, my fix to not getting extensive conscription immediately is just a lot of political power things. You will see. You will see. First thing I really want though is partial mobilization, because this will allow me to build these mills faster. It's just, you know, way better. Anti-Comintern Pact, you know what? Sure. I joined it. Repurpose small industries is done, giving us an amazing modifier and more cities. So what I will do next is to actually fix our industry, because we actually need some kind of industry to fight the Soviets. We are Finland and we are strong, but we do need something to fight with if we want to win. With that pointed out, once again, I will do my shopping list of equipment. Because, oh my god, will we need a lot of equipment. Not having an air force is not fun. Here, very important, to get the secret monarchist path, we need to keep the unpopular leader. Take the L with the political power hit. And very important, that's why I save so much political power, entice the masses, which brings our non-aligned support to nearly 100%, which fulfills his agenda, and now we will gain public trust. So in just 1 year, we saved his tarnished reputation and made him a kind of popular leader again. And best of all, if he's more popular, we get more recruitable population and stability and war support. So yeah, we want that to be as full as possible. At the same time, the rest of the political power, I will invest into the army defense genius, because the 15% defense, while we have very low manpower, will be very important. Also need a lot of army experience, and he just gives you a lot daily. That's just very good. Anyways, with the focus done, let's continue down the path. At the same time, we need a supply hub over here. Otherwise, this will be a very hard endeavor to hold, because supply over here, bad. So with industry mostly done, engineering also pretty much up to date. This would take forever right now. I will go into equipment. This will start to cost me some political power, because I used to start the military industrial organizations, but they just make the equipment so much stronger, so 100% worth. And we do gain a lot of political power now thanks to a lot of modifiers, so it doesn't hurt that much to rock. I'm also gonna get myself the railway company. I will probably change that later, but for building the supply hub, the plus 15%, pretty good. This focus is done. Now very important, get this focus. Electronics bonus, 100% needed. Why? Because I need the research slot, and the research slot is locked behind computing machines. You don't want to know how much important stuff in this focus tree is locked behind technologies. So we're gonna get this one now to get a research slot, and that will allow us to do a lot of things faster. Very good. So we start construction of supply hub now. What I will do, obviously, is to get the 300% construction bonus, because now it only takes a few months to be completed. It's built so fast now. It's so good. So now that we have the research bonus, I will go over here so we can prepare and get the research slot, and I will use one of the research slots to immediately rush down computing machines, because we need it. At the same time, I will really start to bank political power. We will need so much political power when the war against the Soviet Union starts, and you will see why. You will really see why. Now, while we wait for the research to be finished, I will go down this path, because it will give us juicy recruitable population. Let's go. At the same time, very important, I will create myself an intelligence agency, because last Finland video, I didn't really use these, but I think they can be really helpful in what I'm planning. So let's take these. The agency is created, and this will help us a lot to spy on other nations. And while we wait for that, let's talk about your password. It's bad. Look at it. Took me 3 seconds to guess, and normally you have to go to the dark web to buy the information there. Huh? Because yeah, a lot of your information is probably there, and that mostly happens because websites decided to stop their maintenance and get compromised. Hey, go to haveibeenpawned.com if you don't believe me. But you know what? I'm in a good mood today. Let me help you with 3 easy tips to fix that. Firstly, always use a different password. And don't you dare write them down. Secondly, use two-factor authentication, please. And lastly, get today's sponsor, NordVPN. Because NordVPN is not just a VPN provider. No, they also have an inbuilt dark web monitor service which scans the darknet for your information and alarms you if something gets detected. And if you're bad at remembering a lot of passwords, then I can assure you not to be worried, because NordVPN also has an inbuilt password manager. So if you go to nordvpn.com/Florius right now, you get a huge discount for a 2-year plan and 4 months on top for free. Plus, if that isn't enough for you, a 30 days money back guarantee. I personally use NordVPN on all of my devices, and I have to say, I'm surprised how easy to use, fast and secure it is, which I learned is not a guarantee with VPN services. I wish I was joking here, but my old antivirus decided to roll out a VPN service, and that decreased my internet speed by 10 times. It took me 1 month to find out the source of my slowdown. 1 month. So what are you still doing here? Get NordVPN now and use my link to get it even cheaper. So I'm gonna add artillery to our divisions to give them a little bit more of a punch, and once again, make them 15 with, so they have a very good time fighting in the forest. Because if you look into here, you see force is 60 with an additional 30. That means we can fit 4 units into 1 tile with an additional 2 if you take from another tile. And because most of this is forest, we will have a grand old time with 15 whiffs. At the same time, I will take the agent from the agency we just just created and put them into Russia. Now, with the technology at our disposal, this focus done, we can finally get the 4th research slot, giving us even more bonuses into electronics. Beautiful. And as always, grand battle plan. With the new research slot now in my hands, let's increase our military budget. Give me the mills and the bonuses. And now, let the army reforms begin. And yeah, we literally just hit the right amount of world tension, so good timing. You know what? I'm a little bit behind on guns. Let's get some Polish ones. And we can fully motorize our supply, which will be, once again, amazing once this conflict starts. I'm also going to drill my troops a little bit more. Even though it costs a little bit of equipment, it doesn't cost any manpower. And I'm kind of full of equipment now, so I can kind of afford it. And if you didn't know, it gives you a plus 25% modifier, which is pretty good. And in a few strategic states where I already know I will struggle a little bit, I will use these modifiers now, because I do have the political power, and, you know, why not use them? I did lose all of my telephone points. I didn't know it gets more expensive over time. Oof. So we got most of the important reforms. I'm gonna get this modifier now, because it is amazing, and it gives us more stability and war support. So, yep. And then we should be ready modifier-wise. I want to do the tire factory at Nokia, but we do get 2 extra synthetic refineries if we have synthetic oil experiments, and I'm about to get that. So I will do something else in the meantime, and then we choose that. And now that we have it, let's do the focus. And right after that, the Soviets give us a small visit. Let them come if they're there. And this time, to double show you, only with limited conscription, okay? And a lot of political power on my bank. At the same time, we have a very under-equipped army, of course, because they are missing manpower, as, you know, you do when you don't have a lot. But as I said, shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't. Okay, the winter war starts. I will not click this focus right now because I don't want to unpause the game. What I will do immediately is to all-at-all serve, wasting a lot of political power. But as I said, we need it. Then I will go to total mobilization to build up our industry incredibly high. And because we have a lot of stability, I'm gonna get immediately women in the workforce. This is why I saved all of this political power, so we can immediately, the day they declare war, reform our entire nation over here. And because you might have noticed, we still have some political power left, and this we will need for military staff. So we'll get entrenchment, logistics, and infantry. At the same time, you might have noticed over here, the little red part of our ideology is over here. Because when the Soviets attack you, they give you communist pressure. We have to clamp down on that hard. So what I will do, day one, is to counter that with ban communism. Because don't forget, if we get too much communist support, we will actively lose public trust, and we're currently on high trust, and we want to keep it that way. Otherwise, we lose our strong modifiers and recruitable population. I mean, also stability and war support, but we already have a lot of that. So this is why I banked all of this political power, and I think I spent it very well. I did get one advisor to reduce land doctrine costs, but, you know, that was only 100 political power. The rest I did actually save when I said I will save political power, okay? Good. Now, let's cut them to pieces. And right after that, very important, last stand. Buy ourselves some time and wait for our new batch of recruits. Also, a huge downside of this now is that I don't have a Coast Guard, and we very soon will need a Coast Guard. I prepared this template over here, but I think for the beginning I need at least 4 units of this first batch over here. So yeah, this part will be very stressful. I will go to speed 4 because I don't want to do this at speed 5. It's not fun. But so far we are holding quite well. They're not really pushing through. I have added anti-air to my army, but nothing really else. When I have more equipment, I want to add the Winter Logistic Company because it is really good and really cheap. Yeah, besides that, I haven't really added anything. So the first few troops are ready. I'm gonna use them as a Coast Guard for now, because the Soviets will do naval landings. But I would say, because I normally struggle a lot over here in the north, that this helps a lot. I would advise you to do this over here. Over here, I only did it because of the naval landing, so I'm not too sure if it will help, but we'll see. I guess I don't need it over here. It's kind of in the middle of the nation. I thought this would be at the coast. It isn't. First batch of troops, completely undersupplied, ready for the front line. Let's go. I know that already, but I need them. Yeah, so far we're just holding, so that's really good sign. And what did I hear over here? Ah yeah, look at that. First naval invasion. Fun. Get used to that. That's all I have to say. Just get used to that sound. Anyways, while this is going on, I'm gonna get myself militarized society, which basically is a bonus that counters the negative effects of all adult serve. Not completely, but like 50%, which is, you know, really good. At the same time, I'm gonna get myself very early on construction 4, because this is one of the technologies we need for the monarchist path. If you remember that, the videos about the monarchist path. And yes, we need construction technology for that. It's wild. difficult, I know. And the last batches of troops pumped out. These are actually fully supplied with troops, so they're going to be a great help at the front line. And this should be enough troops for a stable front line. What we need now is a coast guard. So I'll invest into that next. They do be starting to push hard over here now. And that's probably because they use a lot of cash. I don't care too much about this as long as I don't lose the supply hub. Let's give some guns to the hunters. I have a good feeling about this. Yes, the White Death. Very good. Militarized society is done, so we'll go down a cry for help now, which gives me weekly manpower and some manpower from Sweden, if they like me. And I did improve relations with them, so they should like me. Focus done. And they said no. Doesn't matter. Let's improve our industry. We will need it. And you know what? I feel ready. Let's do a counter push. And don't forget to connect the railway, otherwise you will have a problem. And look at that encirclement. Very cool. Once again, connecting the railway. Very important. You know what? Scraping the barrel. Why not? Let's have some fun. Yeah, I think that destroyed the Soviet offensive capabilities. It was very man intensive, but they can't break through anymore. I have most of the supply hubs I need. I surrounded Leningrad. They can't push from here anymore. It's too narrow and they just lose men in these battles. And the intel network over here also helped so much. They just can't push anymore. And Leningrad has fallen. Beautiful. I have to reposition my spy now because it was in Leningrad. That's a huge airfield they lost over here, by the way. This was logistically bombing me hard, and now they're still trying, but not as hard anymore. I'm kind of shooting the planes more down than they hit me with my terrains, so that is good. Okay, construction 4 is done. Now with the focus also done, let's talk about the monarchist path. We have to go down this path, which we will do now, and then choose the one focus we can choose if we keep our leader from the beginning. After that, oh, you will see. But I have to say the beginning is way harder now. I know what you mean. Like, without the extra manpower, this was hard. Still kind of is. They're bombing all of my trains. But now they're kind of out of equipment, so most of their offensive capabilities are really gone. They've lost so much. You know what? I'm gonna be a little bit crazy. My army's completely filled up with guns. Let me do a little bit of an offensive. Offensive, going well. Well, if that focus now done, which gives us once again military factories and some other good bonuses, let's do a new course for the Kokomus, which I probably butchered. Gives us nice modifiers, but you know what? That's not why we're doing this. So let's do it. In the background, let's do a collaboration government. Should actually help a lot. Wait, Estonia actually became a puppet. What? So the focus is done, and you might ask yourself now, Florius, you haven't done anything else than keeping your first leader. Because there were rumors that you need to be allied to, I think, monarchist Germany or something to unlock it. That's actually wrong. You literally only need to keep your first ruler, do this focus, and then you unlock the secret monarchist path. It just doesn't show it. So that's how easy it is. The Finnish throne, Prince Wolfgang from Hesse, becomes the leader of the non-aligned party with the modifier Crown Prince of Finland, which gives us amazing modifiers, especially the recruitment population modifier. Very helpful. And even better, we get reduced cost for take states action in peace conferences. Doesn't matter which one. Every peace conference. On top of that, Estonian cores are even further reduced. Pretty cool. We will lose some popularity in our ideology, but we will become the Kingdom of Finland. Let's go. So yeah, that's basically all we needed. It's not that hard to get, and I was surprised because, you know, I did a few test runs with this, especially with my stream, and I really thought you needed to be allied with Germany or something, but no, you don't. The game encourages you so much to get rid of him, so I think not a lot of people thought about just keeping him, because the bonuses you get from his focus are not that good, but, you know, the monarchist bonuses are really good. And yes, I'm doing a little bit of a tactical retreat because they started to heavily cast me, and I'm running out of anti-air and infantry equipment. And not good. The Finnish throne is done, giving us this chat of a leader, very strong effects, very smug look, and making us the Kingdom of Finland with an interesting color. I have to say I like the Finnish white more, but I guess I have to live with this now. But I have so much manpower now, that's actually crazy. And because I can do it now, let's do the Lone Wolf, of course, for the bonuses. And Germany declared war on the Soviet Union. That is what I waited for. Now they have to redeploy the entire air force from me over to the Germans. And best of all, a lot of the army too. Now, with the Lone Wolf done, let's get Joint Scientific Program for the last research slot. Very helpful. Gotta say, 45% compliance government. Really good. One agent is in prison though, so let's get him out. Big push is happening at the moment, and I to this point still have 45% war participation. Not as much as I would like to, but the Soviets actually kept a lot of troops at my border, and basically nothing with the Germans, so they just, you know, walked through. Yeah, I guess you're welcome, Germany. You owe me one here. Oh, the encirclement over here. Really good. Let's go. And the pocket is gone. Oh my god, finally the pocket. And now they're finally gone. Oh my god, finally got a naval invasion of this island, which means I can do this focus because you need all of your core states for that. Oh my god. This will give me a lot of cores and a lot of fighting capabilities, and I needed this way earlier. I would have probably gotten way more land if I just didn't lose this island. Just put a small garrison over here and you should be fine. Greater Finland, let's go. Oh my god, look at that. Greater Kingdom of Finland. Flag looks sick. The manpower looks sick. Very good. And yeah, we still have a lot of problems because we're fighting the Soviets and we're at the part of the Soviet Union where supply is not fun. Is it over? Oh my god, it's over. And the Germans have the most points. So, yeah, I will not get everything. Wow, this is such a disgusting peace treaty. Yeah, as you might see, my run didn't go amazingly. I did got a lot of land, and it's mostly the industrial areas of Russia. So like Stalingrad, Moscow, Leningrad. But still, I missed out on a lot of land that I could potentially have gotten. I tried to see why it happened, so in your run it goes better. But I would say this is pretty much it. And yes, the next video is going to be the 20k sub special, but I'm gonna do a short break, so expect it in 2 to 3 weeks from now. Trust me, this one will be a banger. But as always, my supporters, I love you. Until next time, bye.